What's up, everybody? My name is Jake Demai, and in this video, I want to talk about my startup expenses. You might be starting your bookkeeping business, and maybe you haven't even done anything yet, and you're not sure if it's worth the investment. In this video, I want to walk through everything that I paid for in the beginning and what I would recommend to you in terms of what you should pay for and the things you should buy ahead of starting your bookkeeping business. And so I just want to say right off the bat, my main message here, guys, is pay as you go. Let the business pay for itself. Don't buy a million things. Don't pay for, I don't know. You can do the course, whatever. You can pay the $1,000 if you really are desperate to learn QuickBooks. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I might have my own course one day, but I probably won't recommend you spend a lot of money on a course because you want the business to pay for itself. Before it makes money, before your business makes money, it's a hobby. It really is. And honestly, guys, my business is still my hobby. I love working. And so I would actually call it a hobby in a lot of ways, but it makes money and it pays for itself. And so that's my main message, guys, is let the business pay for itself. Pay as you go. But here are the things I think you should buy if you're looking to start a bookkeeping business, or maybe you did get started and you're just about to start buying things, or maybe you're just curious about what I did and what I would recommend. Here's kind of, I'll walk you through the things I bought, and then the things that later on in my business, things I bought later on once my business was well established. And so the first thing I would recommend you buy, and the thing I bought was becoming an LLC. So you want to become an LLC, not for the limited liability protection, which is, it might be nice to have, but it's really so you can get your name. You want to get the business name, and the only way to secure that is by, and maybe I'm wrong here, but from what I know, the only way to secure that name is to become an LLC and to grab your name that way. And so for me, I picked Winona Bookkeeping. For you, it might be Philadelphia Bookkeeping, or it might be Lancaster Bookkeeping. Wherever you're at, I would recommend either for your name, I would recommend either using your name in the word bookkeeping or your town in the word bookkeeping. The word bookkeeping, I think, is important in your name because if you're going to follow my model, you want to focus exclusively on bookkeeping, and you want that to be abundantly clear. So number one is get that LLC. For me, it was like $130 in the state of New Jersey, but talk to ChatGPT about how to do that. Don't pay like LegalZoom. Don't pay an attorney to do it. Figure it out. It'll be a good practice for you, and that'd be great. Once you get your LLC, get your EIN. That's free, but get your EIN after your LLC. And then once you have those two things, then you can go get your bank account. Again, that's free. You don't need any money to do the EIN or the bank account. And then a couple other free things you need to do. QuickBooks Online Accountant is free. So as an accountant, you get a free subscription to QuickBooks. And so you need to get that. And that's where you will keep your own books. And so you can keep your practices books on that QuickBooks, but that's also where you will acquire clients. That's where you'll get invited to people's QuickBooks accounts through your QuickBooks Online Accountant subscription, and that's free as well. So super simple. And then social media is free too, guys. Don't pay for advertising, but use your current network right now. So Facebook from high school and college, LinkedIn from your professional world. If you have a presence on Instagram, if you have a presence on really any other platform, take advantage of that and start to build that community. Start adding friends, start reaching out, posting on there, and that's free as well. Some other things I would recommend buying, guys, that I didn't necessarily buy right away, but I found to be super helpful as I got my business started. One was business cards. I really like having business cards. I need to update mine, but business cards are really nice to have in the beginning, especially since you're eager, since you're excited about this bookkeeping business, since you're telling everybody anyway about your business. It's nice to give them something to hold, something for them to be reminded of. And so that might be like $75. I don't really know the total cost on that, but try to get yourself like 50 business cards. It doesn't have to be flashy. You don't need to get like the holograms or whatever. Like, you can make it simple, but I would have your website address on it. I would have your email address, your phone number, and your name. And those things will get you covered. So as you're getting your business cards, also start to build your website. Your website is the next expense I would pay for. You really need to, I would recommend you just do it yourself. Don't pay somebody to do this. You can figure this out. This is a part of owning a business. Figure out how to do it. Maybe you use Squarespace, maybe you use Wix. I had a lot of fun with it. I used Elementor inside of WordPress. I was able to drag and drop things. Now with ChatGPT, you can just screenshot a website you like and tell ChatGPT to give you the code to make your website similar. And that's what I'm doing now, and it works really well. And it's really fun to do it through ChatGPT because anybody can create a website now. So LLC and website and business cards, those are the first three things you should buy. And then another thing I would recommend, guys, as you're getting clients, okay, you want to start adding these things in on an as needed basis. Those first three things I would recommend getting before you make any money. It's going to be $200, $300 to get all that stuff together. Okay, that's the initial investment to start a bookkeeping business. Honestly, it's pretty minimal compared to most businesses, and so take advantage of that. But if you're serious about this thing, then those are necessary. And honestly, you could run your business with nothing else. You could just run your business with those three things, and you would have you would be fine, and you would be able to make money. But here are some additional things I would recommend buying. One is Dropbox Sign, or some way for potential leads to sign a contract or an ACH withdrawal form. When you get that call from a client, and when you give that quote, and when somebody says yes, maybe verbally or through email, that they want to hire you to be their bookkeeper, you want the next steps to be as easy as possible for you to get paid. You don't want there to be any barrier between their wallet and your pocket. And so so in my opinion, when I first started my business, I didn't have Dropbox Sign. I didn't have a way for somebody to e-sign a contract. And I wish I did, because they had to fill it out by hand and then send me a picture or scan it to me. And it just added one more barrier. And so what I did was I bought Dropbox Sign. I think it was like 10 or 15 bucks per month. And basically what it allowed me to do was it allowed me to import the PDF of the contract and the ACH or credit card withdrawal form. And I was able to drag and drop the signature to where I wanted them to sign. And then when I was ready for them to sign it, it just sent the potential lead and the client an email with a link to that contract. And they were able to basically just e-sign it from their phone. And so it made it super easy. And the ACH withdrawal form is also super helpful. You really want to get their payment information as soon as possible. You want to get their either their ACH information or their credit card information so that you can get paid and so that you can get them on an automatic recurring schedule. That's really important. And so Dropbox Sign just makes it easy. They can just fill in the information. And maybe in the link in the description of this YouTube video, I'll put some of my documents, like my ACH withdrawal form and the contract at a small fee for you guys if you're interested in purchasing those things. So Dropbox Sign, super helpful. And other things I bought, guys, like I had to buy a scanner in the beginning. I didn't have a scanner, and I got a client who needed me to scan documents. He handed me a bunch of documents, and I scanned them into the folder. So that was something I bought. Again, it was something I bought as it was needed. And so that's what I would recommend for you as well. I got another client who asked me to do 3 years of cleanup work. And what I found was that the banks don't allow you to import the transactions into QuickBooks from longer than a year ago. And so what I had to figure out was how to take the PDF bank statements and convert those into a format that I could import into QuickBooks. And so the next thing I purchased was a software called MoneyThumb. There's other softwares too out there. There's one called DocuClipper, but MoneyThumb was awesome because I was able to do cleanups significantly faster. I converted the bank statement PDFs to QBO format, and then I imported the QBO format into QuickBooks, and it saved me a ton of time, and it was worth it. It was like $200 for me to buy it, but I got paid for that cleanup job. I think they paid me, I didn't charge a lot at the time. I think I charged $1,000 per year, and it just was worth it for me to have that software, especially in the future, because it's saved me many times to have that software. So MoneyThumb was another one, and that was pretty much all I needed in the first year and a half. After that year and a half, I started to build my business up a little bit more, and I'm going to share the softwares that I currently have, that I currently use, that helps my business today. So I'm just going to walk through them in no specific order. Right now, I pay for G Suite, and so the Google Suite, I have basically my domain name at the end of my email. So it's jake@winonabk.com. When I first started my business, I just had a standard email address. It was winonabookkeeping@gmail.com. But eventually it just looks more professional to have your website at your domain name at the end of the @ symbol. And so I thought it looked more professional. Definitely not necessary, but it was something I bought, after about a year into my business. Another thing I have is Loom. I love Loom. It allows me to share my screen, create videos that I can send to clients, that I can send to my employee. I'm able to record things in real time. It helps with my processes. So I also have Loom. I have ChatGPT Plus. You definitely want the ChatGPT, the paid version. I pay like $20 a month for that, and it is well worth it to have that unlimited access to that. Some other things I have are Microsoft, like Microsoft Word, Excel. I love Excel, and so I purchased that. It's not something you need in the beginning because Google is free, and so you can use Google Sheets, you can use the Google Drive, and all the tools that are offered there. And so I didn't have like Excel at first, but eventually I got it because it was nice to have. And then two more things, guys. I have Adobe. Adobe is also nice to have because you're able to view documents a little bit more easily, and you can edit documents as well. And then last but not least is Ignition. Ignition was the replacement for me in terms of getting the e-signatures. And so I was able to discontinue my service with Dropbox Sign, and I purchased this software. It's very expensive. I pay $150 per month for it. It's called Ignition. And Ignition, like I said, it allows the client to get an email where they can enter their they can select the package that they want to pay for. And so I have 3 different packages for my bookkeeping company. And then it also makes it super easy for them to put in their payment information, and it's super clean, and I love it. So I pay for Ignition now. But other than that, guys, those are the softwares I pay for. Those are the things I buy. I have things like rent that I pay for. I have my employees' wages that I pay for. All in all, my expenses on a monthly basis, including the payroll, including the rent, including the softwares, is about $4,000, maybe $5,000 per month. But in the beginning, guys, it doesn't need to be more than $100 per month, and the business will pay for itself soon enough. And so hopefully that's helpful for you guys. I know it's kind of a lot to think about, but if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you like this video, please like it. If you love this content, please subscribe. I love YouTube. It's been good to me so far. I really enjoy making these videos. And so continue to follow me for more content. Thanks, guys. Bye.